All right, great. Well, today I'm going to talk to you about something that all entrepreneurs need to have, and that is influence. John C. Maxwell says leadership is nothing more than influence. In fact, he even says he that has no followers is simply just taking a walk. And you don't want to just be taking a walk without any followers. So I'm going to give you 3 ways that you can gain influence very easily. And the first way is who knows the most information? Who has the most personal development? Who has mastered their craft, if you will? And so here's 2 bottles of water, right? And they're clear, of course, obviously. But then you have, I just so happen to have a Tahitian treat laying around. This is the one that has the personal development, right? Okay. So what happens when you pour when those who need personal development or need information go to the person that has personal development? Well, what happens is they start to get information and they start to become changed. And they start to like the change that they're getting because they start to see themselves like this person. Does that make sense? So then, obviously, another person will come along and want to get that same change because they see what happened for that person and they want to get some of this too. Right? And so now we got people who are pouring themselves into other folks because they've got the most personal development. So, I know that's a corny example, but it just makes sense. If you look into a room and you can immediately tell who has the most personal development simply by who's listening to whoever else speak who has the information. So that's the first way, is to master your craft, get engulfed in personal development. You see all these books I have here on the shelf here. You got to pour into yourself with an enormous amount of personal development. You want to master your craft. You want to get to know everything you can possibly know about what you do, and everyone will come around to want to know more about what you already know. So the second thing to become a master of influence is to be a servant. Even the Bible says to be the greatest, you have to be a servant. And if you serve people, then you will gain influence automatically because people love to be around someone who likes to serve. All right? And then the last way that you can become a person of influence is simply to become a problem solver. Everyone wants someone around that can solve problems. Think for a minute. When you got involved in a problem, it could be a small problem. It could be as small of a problem as, hey, where are we going to eat? Well, have you ever noticed that there's always that one person that says, hey, this is where we're going. We're going to IHOP. Or we're going here, we're going there. And everyone tends to say, okay, yeah, let's do that. Well, that person is the one that has the influence. All right? So, that's a very, very small problem. I'm talking, what if you get into bigger problems? You obviously increase your influence. So, but just understand that those 3 things can really effectively increase your influence. Is number 1, knowing your information, knowing what you know, engulfing yourself and becoming the best at what you do. And number 2, becoming a servant. The person that serves is the person that becomes the greatest. And then the last thing that we covered is becoming a problem solver. So Eddie Bells here, signing off. Look forward to talking to you all soon.